Hi all. Have you ever thought about the fact that man has made global changes on the planet to meet his needs? The flow of rivers, the movement of clouds, the growth of forests, but these impacts are not always positive. Without even thinking about the consequences, our civilization is destroying entire climate belts, wiping out mountains and lakes. Entire species of plants and animals are disappearing. Today, according to the UN statistics, 4,749 species of living organisms, including 2,430 animal species, are on the brink of extinction. The vast majority of them are vulnerable to humans, and more than 50% of flora and fauna have become irreversibly extinct in the last half-century. In this video, you'll learn about the rarest animals that are on the brink of extinction, but before you do, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on bell, so as not to miss other interesting videos. Snow leopard. The snow leopard, or, as it is also called, ibis, is a mysterious animal that still remains one of the most understudied feline species in the world. Very little is known about the biology and ecology of this rare predator, and its number within the modern range is very tentatively determined. For many Asian peoples, this animal is a symbol of strength. This animal is a symbol of strength, nobility, and power. And Asian folklore is full of stories and legends about this elusive predator. The elusive predator. Few people get to see the snow leopard in the wild. Much more often in the wild you can see traces of his life. In Russia, the snow leopard lives near the northern border of its current range and forms only a few stable groupings in optimal habitats in the mountains of the Altai-Sayan ecological region. The population of the ibis in Russia is only of the world population of this species. The survival of the snow leopard largely depends on maintaining spatial and genetic links of its Russian groupings with the main population core of the species in western Mongolia and possibly in northwest China. At present, the population size is catastrophically low. In 2003, the species was variously estimated at between 4,000 and 7,000 individuals. In the 20th century it was listed in the Red Book, as well as in the conservation registers of many countries. Today, hunting the ibis is strictly forbidden. Bison. The bison is the heaviest and largest land mammal of the European continent and the last European representative of wild bulls. It is about 3.5 meters long and weighs 1 ton. The destruction of forests, increased density of human settlement, and intense hunting in the 17th and 18th centuries bison were exterminated in almost every country in Europe. At the beginning of the 19th century, wild bison survived only in 2 regions in the Caucasus and in the Belovezhskaya Pushcha. Their population numbered about 500 and declined throughout the century, despite the fact that the Russian authorities protected their numbers. In 1921, because of the anarchy during and after the First World War, the bison were finally exterminated by poachers. As a result of the purposeful activity of many specialists, 1096 bison were kept in captivity as of December 31, 1997. There were 1,096 bison in captivity and 1,829 in the free population. The Red Book lists this species as vulnerable and puts the bison at the top of the endangered species list. California condor. The California condor is a relict species that has come down to us after millions of years. They do not currently exist in the wild. The last condors in small numbers were captured a few years ago and used for breeding. The condor is the largest bird in North America. Its length from the end of its beak to the tip of its tail is about 1.5 meters, and its weight is 11 to 13 kilograms. As recently as the beginning of the last century, these huge blackbirds were nesting in the mountains along the west coast of North America. The sharpest decline in numbers in the 50 years since 1880 was caused by people shooting the birds and destroying their nests. Condors were accused of attacking lambs, even though this bird feeds exclusively on carrion, and the museum wanted to take collections of skins and stuffed animals of these majestic birds. In 1960, there were more than 60 individuals left in the wild, and the productivity of the population had fallen below the level needed to sustain its life. The California condor is also listed as a U.S. national monument, and since 1965, with public assistance, annual surveys of the species have been conducted to monitor status of its population. Each pair of California condors usually nests after 1 year, and they do not manage to raise a young prince more than once every 4 years. From 1968 to 1976, only 16 chicks appeared in the population of these birds, while they needed about 4 young condors a year to stabilize the population. The number of condors in the wild continued to decline, and by 1983, according to experts, there would be no more than 20 of them left, so a program was developed to save the remaining population. For 15 years captive breeding was tested on its fellow South American condor. Currently, there are 16 California condors bred from eggs taken in the wild. Pallas cat. The Pallas cat is a foul-mouthed predator with the thickest fur among the felines, inhabiting the steppe regions of Foreland, Central Asia, as well as southern Siberia. Mostly in fairly uninhabited regions. The stealthy and cautious Pallas cat feels uncomfortable around humans when its habitat is plowed up for farmland and small rodents, which form the basis of the Pallas cat's diet, are reduced. It is true that grazing can improve the lives of these cats as those same rodents become more accessible, and their numbers near livestock become higher. Another problem is stray herding dogs, which exterminate Pallas cats that live near cattle pens. Although it is illegal to capture Pallas cats, they are sometimes the victims of poachers. Protection research on Pallas cats is a challenge the species remains understudied. Zoologists note the amazing ability of Pallas cats to hide when they sense humans. Pallas cats can sit motionless for hours, and their sulfur ochre coloration allows them to become literally invisible in the steppe. Because of the Pallas cat's outward resemblance to a house cat, some people try to keep it at home. This animal cannot adapt to life in a house. Pallas cats do not tolerate high temperatures, especially in winter, when their fur becomes very thick and fluffy, because in the habitats of these animals winter temperatures can fall to -50 degrees Celsius. In addition, it is difficult to keep the Pallas cat from diseases and provide it with familiar food. Getting into a new habitat for the Pallas cat may refuse unfamiliar food for a long time. Komodo varan. The Komodo varan is the largest lizard in the world. The predatory reptile belongs to the scaly family of the monitor family. The Komodo varan, also called the Komodo island dragon, gets its name from one of its habitats. The giant Komodo ram is a large, powerful animal whose size is truly impressive. The length of the Komodo monitor exceeds 3 meters, and its weight can reach 150 kilograms. Males are always larger than females, and almost half the length of the animal's body is its tail. In captivity, giant lizards can reach even larger sizes. In Lanansaran National Park, the Komodo varan is officially recorded as being 3 meters 4 centimeters long and weighing 81.5 kilograms, while the largest giant is a resident of the St. Louis Zoo, at 3 meters 13 centimeters long. The varan weighs 166 kilograms. Unfortunately, the average size of the Komodo varan is now gradually decreasing due to the decline of large ungulates due to poaching. Varanas are forced to catch smaller prey, and this has a negative effect on their growth. Compared to 10 years ago, the average size of Komodo varans has decreased by 25%. Because of human activities, the world's largest lizard is now in danger of extinction, and its population is in serious decline. The Komodo varan is listed in the Red Book. In 1980, Komodo National Park was established in Indonesia to protect the Komodo varan, and since 1991, the park is a biosphere reserve and officially considered a UNESCO World Heritage Site.